Okay, so today we're diving into something pretty interesting, this idea of fear as fuel. Basically turning fear into, well, motivation.
It is kind of wild when you think about it. Most of us spend our lives trying to avoid fear.
Right, like it's this thing to be scared of.
Exactly. But the source we're looking at today, it flips the script. What if fear, and this is where it gets cool, what if fear could actually be like a tool?
Okay, I like where this is going. So we're not just talking about, like, managing fear, but actually using it. Tell me more.
Yeah, so the source even calls it energy alchemy, which I thought was interesting.
Energy alchemy.
Yeah, like, turning lead into gold. But here we're talking about turning fear into, well, positive energy. Because fear, it creates a physical reaction in our bodies, right? Adrenaline kicks in, your heart starts pounding.
Oh, for sure. Like before a big presentation, I get that jittery feeling in my stomach.
Right, and that's what the source is getting at, that physical response. It's not that different from excitement, really.
Whoa, that's true. I never thought about it like that.
It's all about how we interpret those feelings. Instead of thinking, oh no, I'm scared, we can try to reframe it as, okay, I'm energized. I'm ready for this.
So it's about changing our perspective on fear, not trying to eliminate it altogether.
Exactly. And I think that's a really important distinction. The source even suggests trying a little exercise, actually. The next time you feel afraid, try saying to yourself, I'm not scared, I'm excited.
I love that. I'm definitely going to try that because I don't know about you, but sometimes I feel like fear can really hold me back from doing things I want to do. Taking risks, going outside my comfort zone.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a big part of what the source is getting at, this idea of using fear as a cue to take action.
Interesting. So not letting it paralyze you, but rather using that energy to, like, push you forward.
Exactly. It even suggests setting fear-based goals, which I thought was super interesting.
Fear-based goals. So you're basically setting goals that scare you a little bit.
Right. Because the source argues that little bit of fear can be a powerful motivator. It makes you work harder, push yourself further because, well, you really want to avoid failing.
Okay, I get it. It's like that fear of not achieving the goal actually pushes you to achieve it.
That's it. It's kind of like, think about it like this. If you had to give a presentation in front of a huge audience and you were totally comfortable with public speaking, you might not prepare as much, right?
True. You might get a little lazy, maybe.
Right.
But if you're terrified of public speaking, you're going to rehearse that presentation like crazy.
Exactly. That fear, it can be a real asset if you know how to channel it.
This is making me think about how we celebrate our successes, too. The source mentions that each time we face a fear and take action, we should celebrate that as a victory, no matter how small.
Absolutely. It's about retraining our brains to see fear as a stepping stone, not a roadblock.
So, to sum it all up, this whole fear as fuel idea really boils down to a shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that fear is a natural part of life, and we have the power to choose how we respond to it.
And that's really empowering when you think about it. We don't have to be held back by fear. Instead, we can choose to use it as fuel to propel ourselves towards the things we want to achieve.
I love that. It's like that fear is actually guiding us towards growth and achievement. We just have to be brave enough to listen to it and take action.
Exactly. And, one last thought to leave you with. If fear is really just energy waiting to be channeled, imagine the possibilities if you could master that skill. What incredible things could you accomplish? Something to think about, right?
Food for thought. Definitely something for us all to consider as we continue on our own journeys.